So, for our bell ringer, question number 1 says, Brooke made 1 gallon of lemonade. Maria made 1 quart of lemonade. Which statement is true? A lot of y'all asked me what a quart was. Yesterday, I gave you this handy dandy star reference sheet. How many of y'all pulled it out and looked at it to see if your answer was on here? I said you can use this on all of your assignments and all of your tests. If you were to pull this out and look at it, it says 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. Would that have answered this question for you?
No.
So, if my handy dandy star reference sheet says 1 gallon equals 4 quarts, which statement is true? Esther.
B.
B. Brooke made 8 times as much lemonade as Maria? Is that true?
No.
We know
It's D.
that 1 gallon equals 4 quarts.
Wait, no. Why did I put it? It's D.
It's D. Brooke made 4 times as much lemonade as Maria.
I meant to put.
So 1 gallon, yes, your answer should be D. 1 gallon is 4 times as much.
C.
Your answer should be D. If we look at number 2. Christian began reading at 7:15 p.m. He read for 1 hour and 45 minutes without stopping. Oh, just kidding, that doesn't say that. I added that. Which clock shows the time Christian stopped reading? Layla. Oh, no, do you have an answer? 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Layla thinks it is F. Because if we have 7:15
15 plus 45.
and we add 1 hour and 45 minutes, 15 plus 45 will give us an even hour, but we have to add an hour. 1, 7, and 1 will give us 9. 9 o'clock. Your answer should be F. Number 3. No. Number 3. Whoop. Number 3. Equivalent measurements are shown on the table below. What is an equivalent measurement? Esther.
Measurement, that's the same.
Measurement's the same. So an equivalent measurement, 1 foot equals 12 inches. 1 foot is 12 inches long. That's an equivalent measurement. So our table has 3 meters to 300 centimeters, 5 meters to 500 centimeters, and 7 meters to 700 centimeters. What do y'all notice about each of these numbers? What is our pattern?
It goes by little number by hundreds.
Faith, what did you say?
It goes by little number by hundreds.
So you notice that if we multiply each of these numbers by 100, we would get what this number is. So the question says, based on the information in the table below, how many meters, these are our meters, is equivalent to 12 meters? So what should we do to find this answer right here? Esther.
12 times 100.
12 times 100. Which, how do we multiply by 100? Life hack, to multiply by 100, you just add 2 zeros. So our answer should be
C.
C. Your answer for number 3 should be C. And then, this one's hard. Which statement is true? Number 4. Again, you could have pulled out your handy dandy star reference sheet and have the answer. Maybe. Let me see. Does the star reference sheet have the answer on it?
I'm not cheating.
It's not cheating. I gave you a resource. You'll be able to use this on every test. It is a resource to use, and to love.
Forever.
So, does 1 millimeter equal 1/5 of a centimeter?
No.
Why can I automatically X that out? Even if I didn't know. Why, Esther?
A centimeter is small. Millimeter.
Kind of, but we know the metric system goes by tens.
Yes.
So having it as a fifth, I know that's wrong because the metric system goes by tens. Is there anything else I can X out just by thinking the metric system goes by tens? What else can I automatically X out? Emmanuel. D, well, 100 is
G.
G, yes. Sorry, I thought you said D, but there's not even a D on here. You can go now, but you can make it this time during recess. G, that's not a 2. We know the metric system doesn't use 2s and fifths, or halves and fifths. So we've now narrowed our answer down to H or to J without even knowing how many millimeters or centimeters now. So we have a 50-50 chance of getting this right if we just guess, but we're not going to. Is 1 millimeter a tenth of a centimeter, or is 1 millimeter a hundredth of a centimeter? A tenth. On our handy dandy chart, it says 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters. That's how you could know that it's a tenth.
So
It also is on our chart up here. Sometimes right next to milli, which means 10.
and there's 2.
And up there too. Perfect. So that means 4 is what? 4 is
H.
H. Okay, I'm going to pass out your subtraction sprint. Today's sprint is subtraction. Write your name on it and nothing else. I will tell you. Ooh, maybe. If I can. Oh, put your bell windows and your math folder underneath your desk. We'll continue tomorrow. No, I am thinking. Write your name and nothing else. Put your bell window in your folder. I might have handed it to you on the wrong side. Make sure you have just number correct. You should not have improvement.
I have an
Okay,
I have an improvement.
just flip it over then. I think I just handed it to you upside down. Okay. You have 1 minute, 2 minutes. Are you ready?
Yes.
Get set, go.
Oh my god.
Go. You can't. Oh, it didn't start. Goodness. Go.
Oh my god.
Okay, put your pencils down. If I say the answer you got, you say yes. If you got it wrong, make an X. No other noises. For the first one, 5,
Yes.
9,
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 11. Let's try this again.
Huh?
Okay, for the first one, 5,
Yes.
11,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
5,
Yes.
8.
No. Wait, what?
That's not 8 either. Goodness, I went too fast.
I thought it was 14.
This should be 14.
Yes. Yes.
See? So I gotta check my math. 6,
Yes.
9.
No. Wait,
Oh, that's plus. Goodness. It should be 5. I went so fast. I didn't finish though. 4 minus 1 is 3.
what? Yes.
1,
Yes.
0,
Yes.
5.
No. Yes.
12 minus 7 is 5, yes. 17,
No.
6,
Yes.
3,
Yes.
12,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
3,
Yes.
5,
Yes.
14,
No.
5. Did anybody make it past the first column? No? Okay.
I'm almost.
Count how many you got correct.
Almost.
I missed 3, so that's fine. Flip it over and get ready to start the map.
This again?
Yes, the questions are the same. No, you cannot flip back and forth to get your answers from the back.
Why?
Be honest. Push yourself to do your best. You have a minute to win it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencils down. If you got the answer right, say yes. If you got it wrong, make an X, make no noise. Are you ready? Let's begin. Number 1, 5,
Yes.
11,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
5,
Yes.
14,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
5,
Yes.
3,
Yes.
1,
Yes.
0, 5,
Yes.
17,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
3,
Yes.
12,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
3, 5, 14, 5. Perfect. Count how many you got correct. Calculate your improvement from the front to the back. So how many more did you get? So you got 5 more correct. So if on the front I got 6 correct, and on the back I got 12 correct, my improvement would be 6, because I got 6 more correct.
I got 29.
Turn on the back and 18.
I got 14 and 15.
That's okay.
I got
Okay,
14 and 15 makes 29.
when you turn in your assignment for today, you can also put this in the tray, but there's no need to put it in there right now. Grab your math book. Flip open to page. Today's Tuesday, 665. There is no need to put this in the tray right now. You can turn it in when you turn in your assignment. Volume 2. That's why it says in your math book. Yeah. Okay.
Which page?
We are on page 665.
Page what?
On page 665. Today, we are going to talk about weight. What is weight? Weight is a measurement of what?
The measurement
What is weight? Weight is the measurement of what? Whoa.
What's so big like that?
Anna, do you know what weight is? What do we measure when we weigh something?
How heavy it is?
How heavy it is. So, if you look at our common, our relative measurements chart, that's also linked on Canvas, and we find the one that says weight, we know that an ounce is about the weight of a strawberry, a pound is about the weight of a pineapple, and a ton is 2,000 pounds. So a ton is the weight of a small car. So would it make sense if I said a small car? Would it make sense if I said I weigh 3 tons?
Is that a real car or a toy car?
A real car. It's 2,000 pounds. I weigh 3 tons.
Isn't that 6 or
No. It would be, it's because,
3 ounces.
do I weigh 3 ounces?
No.
Do I weigh the same size as 3 strawberries?
No.
No. So neither one of those would make sense. I also don't weigh the same size as 3 pineapples. I'm heavier than 3 pineapples. If we go to the metric side, milligram. 1 milligram is about the weight of a grain of salt.
What?
1 grain of salt. That is 1 milligram.
Like
Very tiny, very light. It says new math book, be a problem solver. No, it says new math book. So be a problem solver. If you don't have that page, maybe you're not in the new math book. A gram is about the weight of $1. And then a kilogram is about the weight of 6 apples. So these are some relative measurements. They're not exact, but they're about. So it gets you thinking about the weight. On page 665, it says to order these different balls from the one with the least mass to the one with the greatest mass. A bowling ball, a beach ball, a ping pong ball, and a cannonball. A cannonball is what they used to use when they were fighting wars, and they would put a big metal ball into a cannon and they would shoot it.
Or whenever you're in the pool, you
Yeah, like that one. Or in a pool when you tuck your knees in, that's another use of a cannonball.
can't.
So I'm gonna draw these 4 balls up here. Faith, will you tell me which ball is the first one? What's the first ball they list? It's a bowling ball, right?
Yeah, bowling ball, then
Your bowling
beach
ball?
bowling ball, beach ball,
Beach ball. Beach balls usually have stripes on them.
ping pong ball, and a cannonball.
And a cannonball. Okay. Bowling ball, beach ball, ping pong ball, cannonball. Are we doing heaviest to lightest or lightest to heaviest?
That is heaviest.
Lightest. Which one is the lightest?
The ping pong ball.
The green.
Which one, Nelly?
The ping pong ball.
Ping pong. So he's gonna be number 1. Number 1 will be ping pong.
Huh?
What is the next heaviest?
The beach ball.
Esther.
The beach ball.
The beach ball. What would be the next one? Joseph, what's next?
The cookie.
The bowling ball?
I thought it was a cookie.
And then our last one, our heaviest, would be
Cannonball.
Cannonball.
cannonball. So, this is the lightest, this is the heaviest. If we were going to weigh these items, I don't have them, but if we were going to weigh them, what do you think we would weigh the ping pong ball in? Think about our relative measurements chart. What do you think would be good weight to weigh it in, or unit, Esther? The ounce. So you
A milligram.
milligram, yes, because it would be either a ping pong ball that's full of air. Do you think a ping pong ball or a dollar bill is heavier, or do you think they're about the same?
I think about the same.
You think about the same? So I think we would want to weigh our ping pong ball in grams. And our beach ball, we would want to weigh that in.
Pound. Gram.
Do you think a beach ball is the same weight as a pineapple?
Pound.
How about grams as well? Now a bowling ball. When you go bowling, it says the weight on it. What is the weight in?
No, ton.
When you go bowling, you pick up a ball that is the same weight as a small car,
Pound.
and you roll it pounds. There we go. The abbreviation for pounds is LB. ILBS. So when you see LBS, that means pounds. And then a cannonball, super heavy. What would we want to weigh this in? It is not as heavy as a ton,
Kilogram.
so we don't need to weigh it in tons, but it would be kilograms, which is kg.
What's in the story?
Okay.
How about the ball? The beach ball?
The beach ball?
No, like volleyball.
Bowling ball?
Ah.
Pounds. LBS.
Wait.
Where have we seen the prefix kilo before? We talked about it yesterday. What did we use it with, Esther? No, that's today. What did we talk about yesterday? A kilometer.
Why do I come?
Kilometer. Over there it says the kilometer is about the length of 60 train cars. So, there's page 665. Do we have this written down?
Yes.
Or do we need some more time?
No, more time.
More time? Okay, I'll give you a few more minutes. If you have it written down, you can draw your picture. If it is not written down, do not draw a picture.
What do
That's all right, Lords.
we have to draw?
If you want to draw my balls.
Oh,
Oh, purple.
I'm not done yet.
It's okay. Give you a few more minutes to finish this up.
hamster.
I'm done.
Walking quietly. Okay, if you're not done, that's okay. I'm just going to keep on talking though. Mass is the amount of matter that something contains. Below are 2 metric units for measuring mass. How? I'm on page 666. How are the 2 units related? Which unit would be the most appropriate to measure the mass of the red brick? So, a dollar bill weighs about a gram, and a cantaloupe weighs about a kilogram. Cantaloupe weighs about the same as 6 apples, you know. So if I wanted to measure a brick, what would make sense to measure it in? Esther. No, we're just going between gram and kilogram.
Kilogram.
Kilogram, why?
Because kilograms is not that heavy, but it's.
Could I measure the brick in grams?
No.
No, it's not lighter.
I could measure it in grams. But here's the thing. So, we're going to make up a number. Who can make up a number between 1 and 10? Think, what's your number between 1 and 10?
5.
5. Okay, I don't have a brick on me and I cannot weigh a brick right now. But if I have this brick, I'm going to say it weighs 5 kilograms. Now, if I wanted to say that weight in grams, I would have to have 5. Let's see, kilos up here, so I should multiply it by 10 to get to hecto. 5 times 10 equals 50. So it's 50 hectograms. And then I want to jump one down more to deca. So 50 times 10 is 500. That would be 500 decagrams. And then to jump one more down to go to grams, I have to take 500 and multiply it by 10 to get 5,000 grams. Okay?
5,000 grams?
5,000 grams is the same as 5 kilograms. I can measure it in grams. But would it be the smartest thing to measure it in grams?
No.
Or would it be smarter to measure it in kilograms?
Yes.
Kilograms.
Kilograms. The same thing is true. If I have, let's see, if I have a handful of paper clips, if I have a handful of paper clips, here's my paper clips. Okay, I have a handful of paper clips. Those could weigh 5 grams.
Yes.
Now, if I wanted to, I could measure it in kilograms. But I have to do the same conversion. I have to look at my units. I'm at grams. I'm right here. 5 grams is equal to, it says to divide by 10. So it's equal to 0.5 decagrams. So I have to take 0.5 decagrams, divided by 10 more to get to hectograms, to get 0.05 hectograms. And then I take my 0.05
You're just adding more zeros.
hectograms, divide it by 10, one more time. Oh, I'm dividing by 10 each time. Sorry, I didn't write that stuff. To get to 0.005 kilograms. So, I could measure my paper clips in kilograms, but would it make sense to?
Yes.
No. It would not make sense to say, oh, this handful say 5 grams. Okay? So when the questions ask you what is the most appropriate unit, you can measure them in any of the units, but which one makes the most sense? Which one is the most comparable to it? That's why it's important to know these relative measurements. Do we have any questions about this?
No.
Joseph?
My own question is, like, how do you change, like, you have, like, pennies, like,
That's with coins. We're talking about weight right now.
coins, then how do you change it to kilograms?
To kilograms, you would weigh it and then divide like I did. So all I did was I looked at this chart, I pointed to where I was, and I saw how to do to what I wanted to get to. We'll talk more about conversions on Thursday. Okay, so that was a fun little extra step. But it would make more sense to weigh the brick in kilograms. This table below shows how the metric units are related. It says 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. So if I have a 5 kilogram brick, it's equal to 5,000 grams. Yes. So we already talked about how the brick has a greater mass than the cantaloupe. Cool. So look at this table below. It has a hammer weighing 1 kilogram, a book weighing 20 grams, a comb weighing 40 kilograms, a computer weighing 2 kilograms, and a dog weighing 4 grams. Which of these seem reasonable, and which of these seem unreasonable? So I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to look at the table. If it looks reasonable, if you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense, put a check mark. If it looks unreasonable and you're like, that weight does not look right, put an X. So I'll give you about 2 minutes to do this.
Do you understand?
Yeah, the do you understand on page 666. Joseph, make sure you're working. Hi. Yes. Okay, thank you. Cool. So we've had a couple of seconds. I know it was quick. Cool. I know it was quick, but wait a couple seconds to do this. So do we think that a hammer could weigh about 1 kilogram?
Yes.
A hammer is about the weight of a cantaloupe, you know? That would make sense. So that should have a check. A book. Do we think a book weighs about 20 grams? A gram? If I had 20,
No.
would it depend on the book?
Yes.
Yes. Because I have 2 books over here. Let me see. We got this book and this book. These 2 books weigh 2 completely different things. This book's heavier. It has a hard cover. It has lots of pages. This book is very light. So with this one, it would depend on the book. I don't like that question. Does it make sense that your comb would weigh 40 kilograms?
No.
No. Your comb, if it weighs 40 kilograms, you need a new comb. It's like a brush. It's how you brush your hair. Okay. Next up, it says a computer. Does it make sense that the computer weighs 2 kilograms?
No.
Here's the thing. This up here is the monitor. This down here is the computer. Does it make sense that this down here weighs 2 cantaloupes?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Emmanuel, come here.
What about a comb? This is a computer and
No, this is a computer.
this is
Lift this. Lift this up.
this is a computer.
Pick it up. Does that feel like it weighs about 2 cantaloupes? Yeah. It's heavy. It's heavy. It makes sense that it weighs 2 kilograms. There's so much
How about
information
this
there.
one?
This is a monitor. The computer part is down here. I know, it's a little confusing.
What about a comb?
But that makes sense. Comb does not make sense. That had an X.
So it's an X.
Computer, get to check. Dog. Does it make sense that your dog would weigh 4 grams?
Yes.
No.
Oh.
No. 4 $1 bills.
Oh.
No. Layla, do you have a question? Okay, 1 second. Can I get to independent work? Okay. So up here it says guided. For each one, we're just gonna write grams or kilograms, K or kg. So think, would it make more sense to weigh it in the weight of a dollar or in the weight of a cantaloupe? Hamster. How should we weigh a hamster? Esther. Grams, G. Number 2, gorilla. How should I weigh a gorilla? Kilograms. Perfect. Kg. 3. Which number would be less? Oh, hold on. Which number would be less? The mass of a grapefruit in grams or the mass of the same grapefruit in kilograms? Ooh, this makes me think. A grapefruit, it looks like a big orange. It's orange on the outside, but the inside's like a pinkish red color.
Oh, yeah.
So which would be more? The weight of it in kilograms or the weight of it in grams?
Kilogram.
Which number would be bigger?
Kilogram.
It would be bigger in kilograms? So if it, let's say it's 1 kilogram. We know that 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. Which number is bigger? 1,000. So it would weigh, it's not going to be heavier if I weigh it in grams, but the number in grams will be bigger.
So
Last one. You're gonna write. Oh, which number would be less? Sorry, I did not read the question. Kilograms would be less. Sorry. This is why we read and reread our questions, because y'all make simple mistakes. We all do. We don't have to do number 4. Your independent work today is to do number 5 through 12 on the front page and do all the problems on the back page. Once this is done, whip it out, turn it in with your sprint. Okay. Emmanuel, you may go.